All right, welcome to Exus the Podquest. This is a rule of three show. We are going to be talking about three topics from science, religion, and philosophy. I'm going to use these topics to as a kind of a harvesting ground for questions and topics that we want to cover with experts as we go forward here. As I'm going to do all the time, I'm going to start with a quote. This is the quote of the day. It's from Victor Hugo. And it reads, "An invasion of armies can be resisted, but not an idea whose time has come." That's one of my very favorite quotes in the entire world. I just love it. It tells us that we shouldn't be resistant to change. Not that we should be passive in the when confronting it, but that we shouldn't resist it if it's something that's going to happen. It's something that's time. It's ready. Let's just embrace it and move forward. Don't be afraid of things that might happen that are on the horizon and that are going to be changing, and maybe even if they're going to be changing in a very fundamental way. It's something that we have to really, be cognizant of, but also, I think, in some ways, embrace and enjoy. There's a perfect lead-in, too, for today's first rule of three topic. Actually, all three topics today will be about AI, artificial intelligence. Right out of the gate, it's a huge topic. It's something very timely, but right out of the gate, people don't actually know what it is. People say, well, it's machines that know things, machines that are learning things, machines that are going to take over. But let me just start out with a very simple definition or two. And this first one is from McKinsey.com. I'm going to read it. It says, AI is machines' ability to perform the cognitive functions we associate with human minds, such as perceiving, reasoning, learning, interacting with the environment, problem solving, and even exercising creativity. Now, that just really concisely tells you what it is. MIT is maybe even better. MIT says this, from MIT.edu. Artificial intelligence is the ability for computers to imitate cognitive human functions such as learning and problem solving. Through AI, computer systems use math and logic to simulate the reasoning that people like to learn from the new information and make decisions. Again, a simple, concise a statement of what AI is. It says, I say AI, it's the shortened version of artificial intelligence. But what I find interesting here is that, and this really, hits the first topic, which is AI naturally, and that is that I'm questioning the use of the word artificial here. Right? It's something that I haven't seen too much of in the world. I've looked out there and to see, is anyone really arguing this point? And maybe they're not. And maybe I'm making more out of it than it is. But it throws me a little bit that there's the word artificial in the phrase artificial intelligence. It's as if somehow, because we human beings have made AI, that it's not natural. But human beings, at least arguably, are the highest and the most sophisticated, most ordered formation, expression of nature in nature. And so why would we want to strip human beings out of the equation and say that something is artificial just because we made it? I'm going to hit you with a few more quotes because I'm not the only one who thinks that man and human beings are part of nature as opposed to outside of nature. Let's start with a quote by Rachel Carson. She's a famous conservationist and marine biologist. She says, "But man is part of nature, and his war against nature is inevitably a war against himself." So she joins me in that thought, as does the famous philosopher Bertrand Russell. He says, "Man is part of nature, not something contrasted with nature." Again, we're part of nature, not contrasted with nature. So why are we taking human beings out of the equation? I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Final quote. Couldn't be any better than this. Albert Einstein. "A human being is part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space." And, of course, that broadens it. He's not just saying we're part of nature here on Earth. He's saying we're part of nature in the cosmos, in the universe. And I couldn't agree more. But also, I'd love to know what other people think about this. We're going to certainly talk to experts on this subject as we go forward, but I'd love to know your thoughts as well. So certainly feel free to join us by looking at our taking part of our website, which is exusthepodquest.com. But it's us. We're the people who are doing the creating. So what do we call it? Let's come up with some other names. I mean, I've been thinking of it, of course. Could it be designed intelligence? But the problem with that is, of course, that the there's a big movement out there in the world of theology or science, and it's of course known as intelligent design. It's an alternative to naturalism and an alternative to the Big Bang Theory. It basically says that there is an outside creative force. So it's too close to that. I don't think we can call machine learning and what we currently call artificial intelligence designed intelligence. It doesn't seem to really work. So maybe something else. Closest that I've come to it so far is human-built intelligence. All right? So it's shortened to HBI, not AI, but HBI, human-built intelligence. The importance of it. And why do I even care? Why am I even raising the subject? It's because I think if we keep the human, the element in this, if we keep the human being in the name up front, we can keep ourselves at the forefront of where it's going, and maybe that will help kind of orient us and keep us grounded as we go forward in the world with artificial intelligence and beings that are now going to be either superseding us or at least joining us along for the ride. If you want to know more about this and you want to hear more about what I have to say about it, but also I'd love to hear what you have to say about it, visit us at exusthepodquest.com. That's our website, exusthepodquest.com. And you go there, we will be going ever forward.